So before we begin prior, of course, then I'll quickly explain a little bit about, in general, UPE. So we are a student organization focused on empowering students in the world of technology. So put simply, we just really want to help people out in tech. So we have different types of programs we offer for all these things related to tech. So it's for any major, really, like we accept all students. So this could, you can have CS, CE, IT, IoT, and we even have business and mechanical and business majors and mechanical engineering majors here in our server. So we're for everyone. Today's specific event, we're going to be talking about a hackathon. So a hackathon is a competition that tends to be over the weekend, and a little bit of information about the hackathon, specifically SwampHacks. We'll also talk about Global Game Jam, which is a hackathon, but for video games specifically. And so that one we're hosting ourselves, and we'll be going into detail right now then. So I'm going to start it out right now. If you guys have any questions throughout, we have the questions near the end, but I also answer a few in the middle if it's related to that subject. And at the same time, if you have any questions general about UPE, we have a lot of people here that know a lot about it, and you can just ask in the chat as well because we're very friendly people. We don't bite, I swear. Maybe. So UP ShellHacks. This is one of our programs. We have 9 different programs. UP ShellHacks is specifically the one focused on hackathons and types of competitions. And so UP ShellHacks is named after the Florida's largest hackathon that we host called ShellHacks. Last year we had over 1,300 people participate in it. So our goal is to get students involved in hackathons by hosting hackathon prep activities, attending statewide hackathons. So like SwampHacks, there's Tree Hacks all the way in California. There's organizing our own hackathon, which is ShellHacks. And some benefits of actually participating in hackathons are like learning new skills, developing projects, and building your resume. So I personally started out through hackathons. I participated in the Global Game Jam 1 year ago, actually, and I loved it. I learned how to make my first game. I didn't finish it at all because it was my first time trying out, but I did learn a lot of cool mechanics. And from there, I started getting into game development and participating in it. And now I have a lot of experience actually in VR game development as well. So it's really a good way to push yourself forward into a specific subject. So information about the Global Game Jam specifically. Well, what's a game jam? So it's a hackathon that focuses exclusively on game development. So for the entire weekend, it's going to start Friday at around 5 p.m. ish. And so the hackathon is going to focus on game development. So your goal is to make any type of game based on the theme that there is specifically. And so the benefits to attending will be definitely learning more about development process when it comes to programming, game design, and narrative exploration. I know I was a big fan when doing my game where I was having an entire backstory for my character in the time that I was making it. And I think a lot of you will also have fun just being able to think of something creative involved with it. You'll also have 48 hours to complete your project and submit it. Everything is going to be virtual this year. So on their Discord, we're going to be hosting a global game jam. If any of you guys could link up our Discord right now so people could start checking it out as well and like getting used to how it works. So then there's also SwampHacks, which is occurring this weekend. So in case you're not a big fan of maybe like video games and you don't want to work on that, but you want to work on a different type of project, well, a hackathon tends to just let you make any type of project you're in the mood for. So it's a hackathon that lasts 36 hours instead over the weekend where students can create any project that you can think of. Fortunately, there's no prior experience needed to participate in any hackathons, so that's a great thing to know. I know when I participated in my first one, I didn't know anything either. I would just attend the workshops and get to learn and so on. Because a lot of these hackathons have workshops too, where over that weekend they teach you different types of skills based on different types of technological interests you have. And how much is it? This is a great one. It's actually all free to participate in hackathons, and it tends to be that you gain from it more than they do because it's free to participate in. And if you end up winning anything, you get free swag, including maybe like shirts, stickers, or anything. It's different for every hackathon, but ShellHacks at least we do give away shirts, bags, stickers, and a lot of cool swag that you could get in these different hackathons as well. And if you want more information about SwampHacks specifically, you can check it out at 2021.swampHacks.com. If someone could link it up as well in the chat, please, I really appreciate it. So what are some pro tips to keep in mind? Well, use your resources. So, because it's an online event, there's a lot more stuff you can actually take advantage of. Because most hackathons tend to be that when you apply, you have to go there in person. So, let's say you're applying for SwampHacks pre COVID. You would actually have to get onto a bus or a car and drive all the way down, all the way up north, actually, to SwampHacks, which is at the University of Florida. And then there, you would have to have either a laptop you brought or entire computer with a monitor and set it up while you're there because you have to be there during the competition. And so it's very important to use your resources you have currently. Since this is virtual, participate to as many as you can during this year. You could do hackathons that aren't even in the United States, like literally other countries. And even though the time zone will be different, since everything's virtual, you could just do it at home perfectly fine. So also try getting comfortable. So make the best of your workspace. So even if you're home and you're just on your computer the whole time, working on this project, you could find very interesting ways to try being comfortable. You could program at the sofa in your living room. You could go out to a cafe with some friends, of course, with social distancing, and just work on your project then and there instead of having to worry about where you are located specifically. You can even go maybe to a park. Some parks actually have connection if you have a hotspot, maybe. But try keeping yourself comfortable working on these projects because take advantage of this opportunity of it being virtual. Because before virtual, you would have to go in person, and most people would sleep at the location itself. So use that. Take breaks. Burnout's real. I experienced this myself. I ended up passing out during my uh, global game jam the year before. Not passing out literally, but I was really tired because I was working so many hours during that competition. And in the hackathon settings, it could be extra dangerous because there's a lot of people walking around and very bothersome. And in case like you do get burnt out, you might not be able to complete your project or submit it in time. And that's really important to reach the deadline because most times you can't make exceptions after those deadlines. Don't forget to be hydrated. Thank you, Eric. That's a great point as well. And choose a project you enjoy. So working on the project you think will win is a great idea until hour 20 when you hate it because you'll be working so much time onto it that you'll be like, oh my gosh, I think this was the worst idea ever because you have invested so much time on the project, but everyone else thinks the same way. So you just have to push forward and finish it. So does anyone have any questions by any chance? You could type it in the chat, or if you're comfortable opening up your mic, you could definitely talk about it too there. So what languages are going to be used? So what's great about hackathons and also the Global Game Jam is any language, as long as you can make some sort of program that fits into the scene of a game. So Global Game Jam, for example, if you're very new to Java and you don't know how to do like a 2D game engine or a 2D project using Java, then you could definitely make a game like a text-based game. So if you want to do a text-based game, for example, like with a story, you could definitely do it there. If you also want to be able to make something for SwampHacks, you could do it in Java as well. Submitted my application yesterday. When should I be expecting the acceptance? So acceptances are going to be coming out soon. They should be out by at least tomorrow since it starts Friday. It depends which one you're referring to. Global Game Jam. They're going to be sent out really soon. SwampHacks had to be sometime prior, of course, in order for them to keep track of everyone for the hackathon. Oh yeah, Minecraft was made in Java, so don't forget. And your imagination is the limit. It's open to all FIU students. Actually, both are open to any students. So SwampHacks, if you had applied, is open to all students. If you want to check if you can still apply, you can go on the website. If not, for those that did apply, it was open to all students in general, even FIU. And the Global Game Jam is open even to non-students as well. So you could definitely apply to Global Game Jam and be able to participate and try it out because it's really fun. And at the same time, you can find team members the day of and work on the project together there. Oh yeah, George, you said SwampHacks. So SwampHacks currently, because we aren't associated with them ourselves, we are sharing information that we know of SwampHacks. They should be sending it soon. Information about if you've been accepted or not, because I know they've been trying to take people in like last minute as well for SwampHacks. Can I get accepted? If I'm not, yes, you. So for the acceptance, if you're not an FIU student for Global Game Jam, I know for sure SwampHacks, it depends on their restrictions there. However, I know they're very open to any students at points, especially since it's virtual. However, I would say just give it a shot and apply for SwampHacks. Global Game Jam, there's no need to worry. You apply to that one, and because it's still Friday, you still have a lot of time to be able to participate in that one as well because it begins Friday. Fidas, there's no need to worry about Unreal. I know it's kind of complex, but during Global Game Jam, we actually do have workshops that we'll be teaching as well. One of them include Unreal. We have an Unreal workshop. We have a VR workshop. We have 2D game dev, grabbing assets and making your own 2D assets workshop, and many more that are going to be happening over the weekend for Global Game Jam as well. So in case you guys want to be able to work on the project there, you can. We don't have time to throw pod jump. Very funny, Eric. Anyone else have any other comments by any chance? Yeah, so in case you are interested in the Global Game Jam, which we really encourage that one for sure, even if you haven't hacked before in the past, I definitely recommend it. Making a game in any type of language you want, even having the idea and trying to work on the project could work definitely fine. There's also some people that have submitted hardware Global Game Jam submissions. So people have made actual physical consoles themselves that like could run a game, similar to how arcades used to be made and run. And you could submit those as well virtually with your video and submission and information on that. So by Friday, of course, we'll be able on Friday you'll be able to participate, have all these workshops. And actually today they said the theme for Global Game Jam. So the theme for Global Game Jam, so you guys can already start thinking of an idea when you first come in Friday, is lost and found. So anything related to lost and found is going to be the theme for it. So it's very vague because they want you to pick anything you want as long as you could defend why it's related to lost and found in some way. So in case you guys want to be able to participate in that in the Global Game Jam, that you already have the theme that came out today. And if you want more info, you can definitely check out the Global Game Jam site online, and you'll be able to get more information there as well.